Hello there, this is Cozy Misadventures. Thank you for joining me on my journey today. All right, so we are on Aqualis and we need some food. So at the end of the last episode, I built a water collector and I did check. I have water, so that is fabulous. But I need to build a farm and get something planted soon just to sustain my food for now while I am starting my exploration of Aqualis. I think I'm going to put it up here, right near my base. Oh no, it is impossible to build this. Okay, so I guess I need some oxygen. Before I do that, let me get a little water. We'll get some food that we do have stored. However, we don't have a lot. I've got this one pack of food and one squash. So that is just going to have to sustain me until I can get things going. Okay, so instead of building our garden, we are going to start on oxygen. And I know that I don't have 2 of the tier 2 fertilizers because I definitely used one of them. All right. You know what? Let's go on a little adventure. Don't think I can build anything else. Maybe a lower one? Let's see if I can build this one for now. Because I do have this red woo seed that I brought with me. I will need to deconstruct the tier 4 mutagen. I'm still trying to avoid ordering anything from far away from Prime. But if I need to, I think I do have the materials to make my planetary trade rocket. All right. So we've got bacteria. We'll just throw the extras in here for now. Need to grab our tree seed and let's go ahead and plant some trees. Now I do like these trees, but they take up a lot of space. We're going to put them on this little island over here so they're not in our direct way. I am curious to see how quickly our TI is going to increase. Oh, it's already going without a seed, and I already unlocked the tier 2 plant spreader rocket. And there's the trade rocket multiplier. Oh my goodness, and the jetpack. Okay, well that was way faster than anticipated, and the tier 2 insect spreader. So apparently, wow, and the tier 2 magnetic field protection rocket. Anything else? Was that everything? Oh my goodness. All right, so when you land on Aqualis, apparently, if you have plenty of terraformation on other planets, remember it is a multiplier, so each planet you go to is going to multiply its TI with the other planets. I am curious about my blueprints and the solar system screen. So I am going to put those both down right now. I have a magnetar, but I will need to deconstruct a fuse cartridge for that solar. Now I do believe the blueprint screen, I don't think it's going to give me much because I've already finished a planet. Okay, so the only thing I'm going to unlock here on Aqualis is in the overall terraformation and the overall biomass. So I'll get the wind turbine at 10 MTI. You can see I am going to be there really soon. The tier 3 fertilizer at 200 MTI. The tier 2 outdoor farm at 1 GTI, and so on from there. I think Aqualis has some of the best materials you can unlock because they really help boost things from every planet. Okay, so all these things that I just unlocked were from the system terraformation. And like I said before, the system terraformation is you get that score by multiplying all of the terraformation on each planet. So every time you start terraforming a planet, it's going to significantly increase your output. I need 10 DC Sys TI for the tier 2 rocket engine, and I'll get there soon. Keep in mind that I only have the tree spreader down right now, and I'm going to go do a little exploring because now I don't have the tier 2 fertilizer for my farm. So we'll bring the rover with us. We'll leave everything else behind. So I'm not planning on going too far. I think I've only opened up 2 of the clamshells here. So fingers crossed there's fertilizer. I love pulsar. Oh, I will take squash. That's going to give us some food for survival. All right, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go around this circle of islands right where our base is. Okay, so I'm getting tons of food. So I am no longer super concerned about my food level. Oh yeah, look at that. I have enough to survive for at least a while, and at least until I get on my feet. Oh, and there's the tier 2 rocket engine. I am looking forward to making that. There are some really neat rockets you can do with that. Okay, so just getting some rare ores, which is nice. I have a little of this from the deconstructed materials I brought with me, but I don't have a ton. So I will take anything I get. I don't want to increase my terraformation too fast. Oop, there's my first Aqualis unlock. But I don't want to unlock things too fast because I do enjoy seeing the gradual changes here in Planet Crafter, especially on a new planet. And while I have played on Aqualis before, it's been a while and I did not enjoy it as much as I think I could have had I slowed down. So that's my goal here, is to slowly build a base and a beautiful home that we can live on. All right, and we are nearly full and nearly all the way around. Looks like we're going to have a good store of phosphorus by the time we get back. And super alloy from deconstructing the clams. We are right about there. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back. I don't know if there's anything else near these rocks. That is where the clams spawn, but I think I got those when I landed. Let's go ahead back up to base and put away all the materials we have. These lockers are filling up quickly. So I think what I have decided to do is to build a few of the tier 2 lockers because I do have a good bit of super alloy. I do only have a few circuit boards, but I can deconstruct some drones if needed. I'm really looking forward to having windows all around this base. I think it's going to be gorgeous. In the meantime, it's a little bland. We will just put our new lockers right over here. I do like an overlap like that. And I'm going to put some of those ores in that are on the rare side. Though to be honest, I have a lot more super alloy than I do iron. So maybe those aren't the rare ones at this point. We'll just have to see what happens. I'm hoping to not have to use that interplanetary rocket, but will if I have to. All right, so everything's put away. I really like the idea of this tier 2 wind turbine, but once you come to Aqualis, you have very likely already unlocked the nuclear fusion generator. And in fact, I think it's a requirement. So I don't see where we would use that, except if we're just trying to get the aesthetics. It doesn't seem like something that's overly useful. I am also going to build an auto crafter, and we will see if we've got materials for the fertilizer. I don't think we do. I think we need one more algae. We do. Okay. And I don't think we've got this one. Okay, so we do need algae, which is easy to get. All right. So we can make our own tier 2 fertilizer to get our farm going. That just gives us a steady supply of food, so we don't have to worry about that. Since things are so sparse here on Aqualis, it is just, you just really have to focus on surviving. Okay, so I will need to use that fertilizer I just made. Luckily, I found some bioplastic. We'll be able to make some more fertilizer once we get more algae. Oh, and there is something happening in the distance. So we can see that an island is coming up. Oh, there it is. That is cool. All right, so that is one of the very unique features of Aqualis. Each planet or moon has its own thing that happens when there's terraformation, and Aqualis is no different. Let's go ahead, we'll just put the algae right near the water. Should maybe just a little bit deeper so it doesn't get stuck. That should generate soon. Okay, so learn from me. Focus less on the storage for the extra rods and bring a couple more tier 2 fertilizers with you, so that you can generate some of those important resources. I think what we're going to do is head towards our new island. I have the rover and a bean seed, and that is what we're taking with us. Luckily, there is water everywhere, so as long as it's not glitchy, we should have plenty of water, and we can hopefully find some resources here to help us generate some of the other necessities to survive. Soon we will put down our drill that we brought materials for and the heater. But again, I like enjoying things going a little slowly, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, so the first thing I am noticing, besides super alloy on the ground, we've got a different colored clam that has genetic trait inside. So that is nice. We'll take some more bioplastic. It does have the same materials when it's deconstructed, though. I think for the moment, I'm going to leave the super alloy. I just know I am, oh, a super alloy rod. Was that in the clam? It might have been. I just know I'm going to fill up quickly. I have not built my vehicle station yet to be able to call back my rover. Actually, I should have materials for that. So change of plans. I am going to grab everything that I can and I will fill my rover. We'll build our station once we get back to our home sweet home, and we will call our rover back with the vehicle station that we build. I really like the shells and the layering they have here. They've got lots of pretty purples and pinks. I keep getting tricked by these rocks thinking they are iron, getting my hopes up. All right, so we've got another one of these. Ooh, with some silk. We could definitely build with that. Lots of rods. I guess I did not need so many rods this time. Just look at that. We've got the waterfalls and the different layers. I am watching my oxygen, so hopefully lots of lerma seeds, which I don't really need at this point, but I'll take whatever. Going around first, and then I'll go into the center of the island. Ooh, lots of silkworm, another silkworm, lots of silk. Let's go ahead and save ourselves. I'm going to place my rover a little more centrally and finish my exploration. This looks like a good spot up here. Oh, that's a cosmic quartz that's going to come at some point. All right, we'll keep that bean with us. That is all of our current food we have with us. And let's see what we can find. We found a lot of loot so far. I think it's kind of random to find these super alloy rods in the walls and on the ground, but I will take them. These green shells can hold more, so they are definitely a little bit more valuable. I'm hoping I don't miss anything as I'm going, but if I do, I really don't need anything except for fertilizer, and I haven't found any. However, I should be able to make some very, very soon. By the time I get back to my base, I'm guessing I will have plenty of algae and can make my own fertilizer. Ooh, some eggs. I will have to make a fish farm, I think, with all that silk that I've found. Oh, this is so pretty at night. Gotta love the colors. That teal and black. I'm still just going around the perimeter of the island, though looking at my oxygen, I will need to make my way back. Ooh, and I found a palm seed. That is awesome. All right, well, we are full. Let's go ahead and locate the rover, which luckily has the beacon on it. Uh-oh, I missed. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, there we go. Plenty of time. I mean, this does look pretty neat. Now I just should not drive off while up here. That would be a bad idea. We will not let those intrusive thoughts win. All right, so I already have everything except for one aluminum for the vehicle station. I just wanted to double check that I had everything to be able to call my vehicle back. That is one of the tips and tricks when you are exploring with your vehicle. It can act as your storage while you're running around, and then you can use the vehicle station just to call it back to your home base, or you can even build multiple vehicle stations. There was one point when I was new to the game where I had two different vehicle stations, and I was just calling my vehicle back and forth because I was trying to move things fast. In hindsight, I think a teleporter would have been faster, but it worked for the moment as I was learning how to play the game most efficiently. All right, so I am still seeing some super alloy, just seeing if there was anything up here, and there does not appear to be. Do see a couple green clams right here, so we will grab those, and we are probably gonna head back to our, not our most exciting base, but it is gonna get prettier as we go. Oh, I missed that before. I wonder if I have space. Okay, very cool. So there is a satellite here, and it had a bunch of good materials in it. Nothing really unique except for the spacesuit. I do have some of everything else except, do you see what I see? A tier 2 fertilizer, and that means we can build our farm now. So that is a relief. And we are nearly full. I think we can get this clam. We'll go get a little bit more oxygen, and we will head back home. All right, so let's get some oxygen. Our rover is completely full, and we've got one space left in our pack. That way is home. So if we find one more super alloy, there it is. We'll grab that and we will head back. Okay, so I just had an idea. I think we are going to build a teleporter here so we can get back a little bit faster. I should have everything in my rover, but I will need 3 more spots. So I'm just going to drop those alloy. Perfect. Luckily I found that pulsar. Let's go ahead. We'll just put it on this little beachy space. Now I have not built a teleporter in my home base yet. However, once I do, I can come right back. And look at that. Now I can have a little bit more space. We can pick up a few more things on our way back. We are going to be full of super alloy. It's not a bad problem to have. Ooh. Oh. I don't have any space for anything. I don't have that much space. See, look, my inventory's full. Now's not the time. Where are you going? Ugh. Are you giving me the things I need, like iron? Oh my goodness. Oh, don't get hit. I'm gonna go over here. Let's see what to do. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is go put a pile of things near this teleporter, and then we will gather the materials we can, and then we can just come back for all this super alloy once we have a teleporter in our base real soon. Okay, there we go. Who needs super alloy when we can have iron? That is the priority. I need iron. Let's see, titanium, okay, but I still have some of that. Ooh, iron. Magnesium, see, I have some of that too. I really just need iron. Come on. All right, oop, another piece of iron. Just looking around at where all of these meteors went down. Silicon, cobalt. I will need a lot of cobalt to make all those windows I want to make. We are nearly full though. We'll take the aluminum. Ooh, iron. You know, you really don't have the appreciation for iron until you really need it. Uh-oh. And I also need oxygen. And my inventory's full. So that's not great. So I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. And well, that was not the goal. However, now we can drop things off and we can figure things out. Things are just full, full, full. I think I'm just going to have this chest right here where I dump everything, and I can deal with it later on when I have drones, which is probably going to happen sooner rather than later because I really just need them. Got 2 pulsar. I should have everything I need here, and I do. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll build our teleporter over in this corner for now. Let's see what food we have available. Just some squash. You know what? Let's go check on the algae. I might need to make it a little bit deeper. Okay, well, I seem to be able to get it. All right, so we've got a bunch of algae. Throw that in there. Let's see if we can make another fertilizer. Not yet. I think we need our vehicle. This is just going down a rabbit hole that I was not expecting. What I would like to do is I would like to build my vehicle station up here somewhere. On that side, maybe on this side. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, I like it. Obviously, I can't just drive off of it because I will go down. Down, down, down. However, it is very close to my base, and I can grab everything I need. Did I already grab that fertilizer? I must have. Okay, so let's build our outdoor farm. Grab this super alloy just to get it out of here. We'll deal with everything else in a minute. All right, so the only thing we're missing is that tier 2 fertilizer, which is right there. And need to grab our bean seed. And we will grow our beans right here. It's nice to have everything conveniently located. That way that can generate while we are working on all the other things. Got a couple other plants, but I really don't want to eat those. I want to save them for those other things we're going to need later. Or we've got a palm tree. I don't know if we've got enough to get that tier 2 fertilizer. I don't think we do. What do we need for fertilizer? Algae, sulfur, eggplant. So now we need eggplant. I'm sure we only have one. Yep. But what am I going to eat? I think I'll end up eating the squash because our beans are not going to be ready in time for this round of food. All right, and I am looking forward to building a fish habitat, a fish farm. But I would like to get a little bit more going, I think. Let's go ahead back to our space where we left our pile of super alloy. Now, there were still a couple clams left on this island. However, I don't know that I really want to take the time for that right now. They didn't seem to have a whole lot in them. Unless I really miss something big, which is, of course, very possible. What I am going to do right now is head down to the water. Make sure that doesn't become a problem. We take a little swim just to make sure there's nothing underground. Did find some of those clams. Might as well grab them while we're here. Take that zeolite. Now, I'm not sure if you were aware, but here on Aqualis, you actually can't mine. So you can't use any of the ore extractors to get anything from the sand. So the only things that you can find here are up on top of the ground or in the clam shells. What you can do later on when you find the areas is use this harvesting robot, and you can harvest things that are in green on the map. So if I needed to right now, I could make one here for the phosphorus on this island. I really have a lot of phosphorus right now, so I'm not going to worry about that. At this moment, I'm not seeing anything else on the map except for this lone phosphorus that's currently in the water and the sulfur all the way over here. But I do know that something else is going to come eventually. All right, gonna eat our food. I don't know that I'll need my rover. I do keep finding super alloy everywhere, which is not bad, especially if you didn't bring much with you, but it is not my dire resource right now, so. Ooh. Saw a clam down there. Let's go ahead, jump down. Okay, some iridium. I will take another squash. Food is literally life right now in the game, and we are full. All right. Well, now to find where I left. Oh, it's a gold one. It's a golden clam. Okay, well, that just means that I need to build my rover. Because here on Aqualis, you don't find golden crates, you find golden clams. And inside, you've got a golden seed. It's going to get you a little bit more as well. Let's get some oxygen. I really do like that. I will need to come back to this area because it will have that cosmic quartz coming out of this rock formation. But that won't be until my terraformation's a little bit further along. So let's go ahead and see what we find on our way to the teleporter. I think I should be able to see it on the map if needed, but we've got plenty of oxygen at this point, so it's not a big deal, right? Oh, I think this is where I was before. I think this is where I had my rover. Yep, and there's my teleporter. Okay, well, I found it honestly a lot faster than I thought I would. Let's name this one home base. All right, let's go ahead and grab our rover before we forget it. Out on that deserted island in 40 seconds, apparently. Well, let's check on our beans. They're at 96. We're almost there. Okay, lots of things almost ready. What about the algae? Almost ready. Okay, it's fine. Everything is almost ready. I have plenty of water, though, so we will take that. All right. I just don't want to forget that. Okay, here's our beans, and that means we are already good for a nice long time. All right, let's go. All right, still got too much to fill, and we got some more of those eggs. Maybe I'll move the door. So many super alloy, I am gonna have to build a crafter, I think. Oh, no, I can do it right here on the auto crafter. Obviously. All right, that should free up a little bit of space. And it did. Okay. I was getting a little concerned. Just gonna toss everything in here. We will deal that is going to be a future us problem. Grab everything. And I think this is where we are going to call it a day. So we have one new island here on Aqualis. We only have that one tree spreader, building some beautiful wet redwood trees. We'll have to change that out for the palm trees. But we're making some progress. I think this is going to be a beautiful place to explore and create our life here on Aqualis. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, and have a great day.